Pranam at the lotus feet of the mother. Namaste. Good morning. Welcome to all to this spiritual discourse. In this spiritual congregation today we are going to discuss education part 4, and especially exclusively we will focus upon how the education rebuilds character, how the education reshapes mankind. That we are going to focus upon this education part 4. As we know, we are not here to repeat what others have done. We are not here to repeat what others have done. Even we are not here to do a little better than them. They can do because they don't have the idea that it can be done. Then what else, what speciality we have, and with the what special mission we are here in this integral education for which it is told all life is education. What is the significance of this education? We are here to open the doors of the future for those who belongs to the future. So normally those who are coming for this education, they belong to the future, and the road is blocked, the door is closed. It is our duty, it is our initial and primary job to open the doors of the future for those who belongs to the future. So this purpose of this education, the object of this education, integral education, is to reshape the mankind, to reshape, to rebuild the character, to show the objectives, to show the path, to bring the untrodden and downtrodden into the light, and to enlighten their future. So we are considering something on mother's writing, how the things are, what is the objectives being set up by the mother and Sri Aurobindo. Only he is never vanquished who refuses to be vanquished. Things will come to break us, but if we are determined, if we are that much actually efficient, if we don't want, we want to be, he is never vanquished who refuses to be vanquished. If there is a refusal from us, then nobody can vanquish us. You can break the moral rules only when you observe the divine law. Two things are there. Thus these moral rules, they are covering till now, they are ruling us, they are having the influence till now. Suppose we are observing the divine law, these moral rules will have never a place. It has to give way to moral divine rule. If you want to be respected, be respectable. You have to build yourself. Without being built up, that false ego, that false knowledge has no, or false dogma has no place in the place of the adventure. So if you want to be respected, be respectable. Another beautiful term is there. So if the best gift someone can give to his students or to his kids, the best gift someone can give to his kids is only by the educating oneself. First you have to educate yourself, you have to be that much prominent and proficient. By that only you will try to educate them and change them. Be the change you want to see. If you want to change the world, try to change yourself. One must be able to control oneself before one can hope to govern others. First you try to govern, before trying to govern others, try to be able to control oneself. Controlling oneself is the major thing before you go out from the system to the surroundings, from the inside to outside, to govern the others. He who has a perfect sense of true justice can claim the right to be obeyed. Initially he said, if you want to be respected, be respectable. The same equivalent term is equivalent to another message is given. He who has a perfect sense of true justice, and a true justice, who has a perfect sense of true justice, can claim to be obeyed. If you have got a sense of pure justice, then people will and the world will obey you. Otherwise, you will be simply thrown away and disobeyed. Be severe to yourself before being severe to others. We speak to others, but actually we don't perform all these things in our lives. So before being severe to the others, try to be severe to yourself. because you are you are your own mirror. Stand before it, try to modify yourself, try to build yourself, then come out. Fear is a slavery. Work is liberty, courage is victory. Good, very fine message it is given. Fear is a slavery, work is a liberty, and courage is victory. With these things, you have to go have the courage. It needs a greater courage to stick. This is of the courage. Mother speaks of the another message. It needs a greater courage to stick the right path than to come into it. Every day we will be claiming, we will be doing some mistakes. So after we are getting sucked somewhere. We are actually we are getting blocked somewhere. Then we leave that place and come to the original truth. But actually this is possible. This is idea is good, but it needs a greater courage to stick the right path. To stick the right path, it needs a greater courage than to come into it. Fear not. Your sincerity is your safeguard. If you are sincere enough, if your sincerity is up to a mark, then you will be. This sincerity is your safeguard. Don't fear. When a mistake is made, it must be always used as a means for progress. We are here to, because through the failure we go towards the victory. Without failure we can't know where the fault where we are faltering and where we are failing. To err is human, we know already. When the mistake is made, naturally to learn we have to make the mistake. In engineering you will see every day something will be built on, and then that other group of students will be going for practical and they will be breaking it, because it is the system, this is the thing. They will come, they will break it and then build it, because they have to learn the things. When the mistake is made, it must be used for a means for progress. This future, it will push you forward towards a greater progress. That make you, even if the things are not as they ought to be, naturally what we think may not be, things may not come on our way. Worry does not help to make it better. If you worry, nothing better can come. If we cry, it will be not helpful. So what is grateful? A quiet confidence is the source of strength. We have to be confident. We have to come out of our debacle. We have to correct our mistake. We have to try to, we must be having the idea to learn, so that these will be strength, they will provide strength to us, and we will be strengthful and go do with a quiet confidence is the source of strength. This source quiet confidence we have to gain. With each failure the soul gets victorious. With each fall, souls get mightier with every failure. We don't need success, perfection is our goal. Now we must know what is the goal. We have to, today there is only two people are contesting in a debate competition. I am standing first or second does not mean that what is really happening. We have to be perfected. Here today in our school, we are reading in a small school, nobody is able to speak up, so we have recited something or uttered something. Two people are competitors there, I got first or second does not mean. So success is not our goal. Our goal is the perfection. So temporary looping, short looking successes are never our goal. Our goal is perfection. For that we have to yield. Very beautiful message comes later. The mountain path leads towards two directions. When we are traveling through the mountain path, the direction, there are two directions. One is upward and another is downward. In between, don't try to remain or waste your time, because it is when you will in between, in the middle stair, if we spend some time or waste our time, that will be wasteful simply because it will kill our time, important, the most valuable time it is killing, and we may lose the train also. For that we must be, essentially we must be cautious. All depends on the way we put behind us. Suppose we are going out, going up towards in the evolutionary process towards the divine, who is our goal. So if we are sliding down, then the abyss is awaiting. We will immediately an idiot our destroys what centuries made. So naturally there is help, and to lift us towards our goal, towards our destiny. There also hells are there, there people are there to devour, to pull us towards the abyss. So the mountain road is of two types. It depends which road we are choosing. Success is a harder ordeal to pass through than the misfortune. It is the it is the hour of success that one must be especially vigilant to rise above oneself, because success is the hard ordeal to pass through. If it is failure, nobody can have. Fail, nobody can have. Anybody can have, sorry. Failure, anybody can have at any time, at any moment. But success is it must be, it is a harder ordeal. Ordeals, the mother speaks of. The success must be, one must be vigilant to rise above oneself. Above oneself, this is not merely just a passing a degree, getting a certificate, winning a cup. It is actually temporary, but success, true success, it is living the game and the destiny. To attain divinity, to change this earthly life to life divine, there needs a greater ordeal. Faith is the spontaneous knowledge in the psychic, not about in the mind or vital or physical. Faith is a spontaneous knowledge in the psychic. The longevity of the institution depends upon the presence and consciousness of the Supreme Mother. How long it will continue, how long it will be lasting, everlasting or a short-lived. Everything depends upon the consciousness and presence of the Supreme Mother. We find in others what is in us. If we always find mud around us, it proves that the mud is somewhere in us. So we already, this one is very bright examples your mother has given. If we are putting one finger to others, then 4 fingers, our total one hand having normally 5 fingers. If I am indicating 1 finger towards somebody, means 4 fingers are towards us. So Mother speaks here, if we find something wrong in others, it means that this is actually not in others, this is in our way. We are having a spiritual, in a colored spectacle, so the world looks colorful to us. So if we find mud in others, means it indicates that mud is not in others, it is there inside us. So we have to be very careful. About the teacher ought to be a yogi. Nothing can be taught, all is within. So what teaching he is going to give on? Whatever his teaching is there, it is already there. It is written in the book. It has been experienced. Crores of people, they have followed the track. They have gone for the living, not for the life. So teacher must be, your teacher ought to be a yogi. Yogi means he has to do the yoga, do the sadhana. He has to progress that way. He has to gain experience. Whatever the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, the spiritual realization he is having, that he has to teach. He has to be yogi, not a guide, philosopher, friend, and not the teacher. The certitude of victory gives infinity patience to maximum and a maximum with maximum energy. The certitude of victory, you know, that gives an infinite patience with maximum of energy. It gives maximum energy and infinite patience. Then comes jealousy. Sometimes we are jealous of each other, or we will hate each other. Jealousy comes from a narrowness of mind. Not mind is expanded. Narrowness of mind and weakness in the heart. It is a great pity, Mother says us, that jealousy comes from a narrowness of mind and weakness in the heart. It is a great pity, Mother consoles, Mother speaks of. It is a great pity that so many are attacked by this jealousy. They don't know what they are going to do. Don't mind the stupidity of others, mind yours. The fool smiles 3 times in his life. Firstly, he has not known. Sometimes, second time, when he feels that he knows something, then finally what happens? That I am such a fool that I could not be able, or after that time twice already I have smiled. So don't mind the stupidity of others, mind the stupidity of yours. Fear is a very bad advisor. And the last one, dreams of the childhood are the realization of the ripe age. Thank you.